Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. First of all, I'm sorry because there was too much space. So I had to
Okay,
delete
sir. No,
most of.
don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's start. Today we are working on Oxford speaking module stage number 2, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so
Sir, are we recording, sir?
yeah, I have started the screen recording.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
If you want, you could also screen record, but actually I have started it here. And
Okay, sir.
yesterday we worked on Oxford speaking module part 1, which was all about the introduction, but today we are working on the presentation, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so when it comes to the presentation, first of all, look at this. This is stage number 2. Right?
Okay, sir.
This is stage number 2, and here it is written. Could you please go to the picture which I have sent you?
Okay, sir. A newly qualified nurse earns 24,907 a year, or slightly more in London. The Royal College of Nursing has estimated that an average NHS nurse pay is 33,384. Some people believe that nurse should have.
Okay, now we have to stop here. And first of all, let me tell you, this is the prompt.
Okay.
Stage number 2, it is a prompt, and in this prompt, there are 4 parts. Part number 1 is the instruction. Like here it says, consider the challenge listed below and prepare a short presentation on the topic. So actually it is an instruction. It says like you have to understand the challenge and then prepare a presentation. So this first number is our challenge. A newly qualified nurse earns £24,000 a year, or slightly more in London. The Royal College of Nursing (RCN) has estimated that an average NHS nurse's pay is £33,000. So in this whole, we need to understand what is the challenge. So could you please find out what is the challenge, or what are the challenges? This is a challenge. We need to understand the key points of the challenge.
Sir, I think there's difference between the margin of the money, sir.
Yeah, so the earning is 24,000.
Which is very less, sir.
Very less is compared to the payment, like when they earn the degree, when they spend on their education. So pay is £33,000, right? Which is
sir, it's an average, not.
Yes, you're right. It's an average, but in general, the problem is the spending is more than the earning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is actually a challenge. So actually, because of this challenge, you get a context, and because of this context, you have got a new point, and that point is some people believe that nurses should have to pay for their nursing degrees and should have free access to further qualification. Now, this is actually in the context of the above challenge. Some people have this belief or opinion that the nursing should be free of cost. There should be no investment in that, right? So this is the belief of some people. So this is the point number 3. Point number 1 was the instruction. Point number 2 was the challenge. And along with the challenge, the source was also given to you. Source is iNews, right? And point number 3 is the opinion of the people. Now, keeping in mind the instructions, the challenge, and as well as the opinion of the people, now they ask you a question. And the question is, to what extent do you agree with this statement? The statement which is mentioned about the people, right? Now,
okay, sir. Yes, sir.
This is the question number 1. But this question is conditional. How it is conditional? You have to discuss both sides of the arguments. I mean, you have to say something about what the people believe is, and you should also say something against of what they believe. Like their belief is, or their opinion is, free access to the education of nursing, right?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
and then they ask you another question, both sides of the argument, and give your own personal opinion. So you have to first of all introduce the each and everything, whatever is stated here, whatever you see. This is actually called a prompt. So whatever is mentioned here, you have to first of all introduce it. Secondly, you have to make a body response. Body response would include two parts. Part number one would be in the favor of the opinion of the people, which is free access to the education and free earning of the degree, right?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
And body paragraph number two or response number two is against of it, right?
Yes,
And
yes, sir.
finally, you have to give a conclusion, and that conclusion could be your personal opinion based on the opinion of the people and in the against of the people's opinion, or you could have your own personal conclusion. And whenever you conclude something, there are three possibilities. How many possibilities are there?
Three possibilities.
Yeah, possibility number one, that you conclude your presentation in the favor of the people's opinion, if that is more stronger opinion. Or you can
Yes, sir.
conclude your presentation in the favor against of the people's opinion, if that is more stronger. But if you want to bring balance between these two different opinions, then you could conclude your conclusion and balance. Like you could say, like what the people think about the free education is also important. On the other hand, paying fees for their degrees and paying money to access further their education, it is also very important. So actually, you can conclude it in a balanced way or in one or the other sides way, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now, what I want to do, could you please respond to this presentation?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Sir,
this is a prompt. You
first of
have
all, I
to
would say,
present a presentation about it.
okay, sir. First of all, I will start my presentation now. In this picture, tell them a picture. Why, sir? Can I in this presentation?
This is a prompt.
This is a prompt
Yeah.
where it is mentioned
No,
that
you could say
a newly qualified nurse.
Excuse me. You could start like this. For example, you could say, "Well, thank you very much for giving me the time. Let me begin my presentation." So you could say like this, or let me just simply you could say, "Let me start my presentation."
Okay, let me start my presentation. In this presentation, a newly qualified nurse earn up to 44,000 pounds per year, slightly more in London. So the average estimate of earning a nurse is 33,000 pounds. So which is more less than the average. Some people believe that nursing should be free. Their education and their degree should be free. It is important because they will give their time to study, as well as they will more focus on their practical field instead of earning in their initial field. But if there is anything free, sir, so they will not be more attentive to their qualification, to their degree, because if you get something free, so you won't be the valuable for that you got it free, not by your own. So both is important.
Both are important.
In my opinion.
Okay, both are important.
Both are important, and because, in my opinion, you should take the tests from the student which are applying to nursing. If he or she are qualified and more intelligent, so you should provide free education to him. Or if he or she are not employed, not that much qualified, so fee is also important for that.
Okay, this is good. Now, I want to share with you an example response. This is I have shared with my other students and other groups. So hopefully you could see the message. Could you see the message?
Yes, sir, I can see it.
Okay. So first, let me read it for you, and then you would get an idea. Then we would work on that so that we could create our own presentation in this form, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Today, I'm going to talk about a topic that's been in the news. Should nurses have to pay for their nursing degrees, or should they get access to free qualification for free? So this is a sort of introduction, right?
Okay, sir.
This is an important question, and there are different opinions about it. Let's explore the reasons why some people agree and some disagree. So this is your introduction. Now, point number one is reducing financial burden, right? This is in the
Yes,
favor.
sir.
In the favor, if you are talking about in the favor of the opinions of the people, so you could have
Yes,
two
sir.
or 3 points. So point number one is reducing financial burden. One reason people support pre-nursing degrees is that it reduces the financial burden on future nurses. Nursing is a vital profession, and making it more affordable can encourage more people to pursue it. Now, point number two is encouraging professional development. Offering free access to further qualification can motivate nurses to keep learning and improving their skills. This benefits both the nurses and the healthcare system. Now, point number three, nursing ensuring equal opportunities. Providing free education ensures that anyone with the passion and potential can become a nurse. It prompts diversity and inclusivity in the nursing profession. So these are the points which are in the favor. There are 3 points, but you could have like only 2 points, right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, because 3 would be more than, and you have only 2 or 3 or 4 minutes. Right now, we are just trying to understand the points, and then I would give you an example how to answer as a presentation, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so now let me talk about against of the views of the people. Point number one is budget constraints. One concern is that cost. Where's the point number two? Yeah,
providing free education and qualification.
Yeah, one concern is the cost. Providing free education and qualifications can strain the healthcare budget. This money could be used for other crucial healthcare needs. Point number two is valuing education. Some argue that paying for education makes individuals value it more. If education is entirely free, there might be a lack of commitment and motivation to succeed. Point number three is balancing the system. In some places, the healthcare system is already overburdened. Free access to further qualification, free access to further qualification might lead to an oversupply of nursing in certain areas, while shortages persist in others. Now, in conclusion, I would say this is a complex issue. Making nursing education and qualifications free can reduce financial barriers, encourages learning, and ensure equal opportunities. However, it can also strain budgets, impact the value placed on education, and disrupt the balance in the healthcare system. In my view, there is a middle ground to explore where some support is provided, but with a balanced approach to ensure the sustainability and quality of healthcare and education. So this is just an example. Now, could you please, would you like to read the same, or would you like to respond to the prompt in your own words?
Sir, I will start from beginning.
Okay.
Going to talk about a topic that's been in the news. Should nurses have to pay for their nursing degrees, or should they get access to further qualification for free? This is an important question, and there are different opinions about it. Let's explain the reason why some people agree and some disagree.
Okay.
Financial
so this is your introduction.
One reason people. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I will say that, sir. This is introduction.
No, you don't say it. Right now, you are just trying to practice it. The actual presentation will be different. Right now, we are not delivering the actual presentation. Rather, we are rehearsing.
Yes,
we are practicing so that we could understand the 3 different points, right? And once we go through all these practices, then there would be an actual presentation. And you have to conclude the actual presentation just in 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yes.
In favor of people reducing financial burden. One reason people support pre-nursing degree is that it reduces the financial burden on future nurses. Nursing is a virtual profession, and making it more affordable can encourage more people to pursue it. Point number 2, encouraging professional development. Offering free access to further qualification can motivate nurses to keep learning and improving their skills. The benefit both the nurses and healthcare system. Point number 3, ensuring equal opportunity. Providing free education ensure that anyone with the profession and potential can become a nurse. It promotes diversity and inclusivity in the nursing profession. Explain against the people. Against the people. Point number one, budget constraints. One concern is the cost. Providing free education and qualification can strain the healthcare budget. The money could be used for other crucial healthcare needs.
Very good.
Point number two, valuing education. Some argue that paying for education makes individual value it more. If education is entirely free, there might be a lack of commitment and motivation to succeed. Point number 3, balancing the system. In some places, healthcare system is free access to further qualification might lead to an oversupply of nurse and whilst a shortage persists in other. Conclusion. This is a complex issue. Making nursing education and qualification free reduce financial barrier, encouraging learning and opportunity. It can also strain budget, impact the value placed on education, and disrupt the balance in the healthcare system. In my view, there's a middle ground to explore, where some support is provided, but with a balanced approach to ensure the sustainability and quality of healthcare and education.
Okay, very good. So now this was just a practice, and for real presentation, I have to stop this video recording. It's because it takes too much time, space. So I will just conclude it, and then we will start the real presentation. How to complete the same prompt just in 3 or 4 minutes, right? And we could also add something extra if you want. So first, let me close this recording, and then we would continue.